So thank you for coming to our Money and Banking webinar this evening. We are really excited to go over some things with you tonight. And of course, I want to just remind you that anywhere you see the help clip come on the screen, that means that we're going to be sending through the product sales newsletter a link where we'll have that 5-minute step-by-step tutorial on a topic that will help you throughout the cookie program. So anywhere you see those, really great. And please use the questions for the questions. If you need to chat, you can also do that to let me know something's going on. You can also use the raise your hand, and I'll go ahead and put all the hands down at this point in time. And as we go throughout this, we will go ahead and keep an eye on the questions, and we'll kind of monitor things and answer them as they come in. At the end of this, we'll have some time for open questions if you have any lingering questions, and we'll go from there. So tonight on the call, we have, sorry, my thing's not going, myself, Ashley Picard, and then we have Ruth Michelle, our Director of Finance for Girl Scouts of Montana, Wyoming, and Therese Smith, our accounting assistant. And I'm just going to have them real quick say hi so you can hear their voices and just say a little bit about themselves just briefly. So Ruth, why don't we have you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Ruth Michelle. I've been with Girl Scouts of Montana and Wyoming since June of last year. So this will be my first full cookie season and I'm excited about it.
Very good. Thanks, Ruth. Therese?
Hello, you guys. I've been with Girl Scouts Montana, Wyoming since 2010, so I know lots of you guys' names. I see them there in the attendees box, so I'm really glad that you guys are listening, and I can't wait to see how this year turns out. It's going to be awesome.
Thanks, Therese. And you guys know Therese really well, and you'll be working with her as you communicate with her through the cookie program this year. So I want to first go over tracking girl payments in eBudde. Really, this is a simple process, and I'm going to go through it, and then I'm going to go ahead and change my screen to a browser and show you eBudde, how to do it. So you'll log into eBudde, click on the Girl Orders tab, then you'll click on the name of the girl. There's a little button on there that you can click Add Payment, and then you'll enter the date, save, and then the amount that they paid, and you'll make sure you click OK and click Save. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to change my screen here real quick. Hopefully you can see it here. All right. So we've got here eBudde, which you're familiar with, and we'll talk about the password temporarily. Click Log On, and it might let me do it here. Oh, good. No problems there. So what you'll do is, let's just pick a troop here, 1002, and we will click on the Girl Orders tab, and you'll see here we've got lots of girls. You'll click on the girl's name, you'll click on the Add Payment button, and then you'll see here at the bottom a little line pops up. So we're going to say 1/19/2016, she paid $100. Make sure you click that little OK button on the right there, and you'll see it added there. Now, of course, because she doesn't have cookies on her yet, it looks like we owe her $100. But the nice thing is all of those transactions will populate here, and this is a great way for you to keep track of when your girls have paid you. Of course, you have the receipts that you'll write out, and make sure you have those receipts filled out and signed, and we'll talk about that in our best practices in a little bit. But you can also use this for adding transactions, which I'm sure you're familiar with adding booth cookies, etc. So we'll have some help clips coming out about that, but I wanted to share that with you here, and hopefully you can take advantage of this and use this as you go through the program. So go back to our slides here. Okay, so new this year, we're really excited. This is a time-saving paperless payment method that we have available for troops as the only method for payment due to council this year. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. So I want to go over this real quick, and there's going to be help clips on this, but you're going to complete the ACH authorization form and turn it into council by March 25th, 2016. And we've actually had a few questions about this because people are wondering, okay, you know, I turned in an ACH authorization form for fall. 2015, just this past fall. Do I need to send another one? No. If you haven't had any changes to your account, that works fine. We have it on file, and that's perfectly wonderful. If you filled one out for cookies last year, or if you went ahead and haven't submitted one at all, you'll need to go on and get that form from the gsmw.org website and go ahead and get that filled out and signed and sent in to us by March 25th, 2016. And if you have questions on that, let us know and we can help you find that and get those forms to you. And then the second part of the process is depositing your funds straight into your Troop bank account. And you'll confirm your sweep amounts. The sweeps are occurring April 8th and April 29th. You'll confirm those via email with Therese. So again, you're going to get to talk to Therese again, but it's really great. There's no more receipts sent to council. You don't have to worry about making deposits to different banks and bank accounts. It's just, we're really trying to streamline it and make it easier for you. You don't have to bring your deposit receipts to your service unit anymore. You just, I mean, it's really nice because you're dealing with getting your funds into your Troop account and then confirming with council and those being swept. So I'm sure at this point in time, you have some questions, and I know some of you on here were in the service unit training, and you might have seen the Troop training already. So we're going to go over some common questions that we had and then open it up for questions that you can ask there. So we'll go over, will all troops need to use ACH? Yes, all troops will be using ACH as the only method to send and receive money to and from council. The next question we had, can we still use the council depository accounts? No, council depository accounts will not be available for use. And then we had many questions about what the ACH sweep dates are again. I said them just a moment ago, but I want to just talk a little bit more about it. So we have the following. Mid-program sweep, our notification email will go out April 4th, and that's for 40% of the amount due to council. That's what will be happening during that sweep, and Therese is going to be mail merging those amounts to you, so you can see that. That amount can also be found in eBudde. And then the sweep date will occur April 8th, 2016. Then the end of program sweep is the remaining balance, so whatever's left over, and that notification email will go out April 25th, and then the sweep date will happen on April 29th. So that's the dates there, and we'll go over that. I'm seeing some questions here, and so let's see what we've got here. Yes, this is being recorded, and if you want to watch this later or share with others, it will be available tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and got that one done. And then also some other questions, and these will be a repeat for those of you who were on the call back on, I think it was the 7th of January already. That was a little while ago now, wasn't it? Some of the other questions we had, what happens if I deposit a non-sufficient funds check into our Troop account? Well, hopefully we'll have less of that, being that you'll be making those deposits often, and really we won't have to wait for you to send them here to us and take care of them. But if that does happen, you'll receive a legal copy of the non-sufficient funds check from the bank, and you'll submit the legal copy of the NSF check and the bank statement showing the NSF fees. Council has graciously agreed to take care of reimbursing both the NSF check and fees from a customer check. The fees will be reimbursed through ACH. Now, we didn't have this clarification. We had a question about that. And so, yes, it will cover the check amount and the fees. So don't worry. We had some people say, well, what if we didn't actually, what if we didn't get reimbursed for the customer check? That's not going to be an issue. That's going to be taken care of. So the next question, what if we don't have a Troop bank account set up yet? Well, it's important that you have a Troop account available to make your deposits often. You must have a bank account for your Troop to participate in cookies and other financial literacy programs. So if you haven't had a chance to set that up yet, please make sure you talk with your CDM, and Therese is here to assist you as well, and we'll make sure we get you taken care of with that. Then the last question, which I'm sure is on your mind, so what happens if there are parents with a delinquent balance and have not paid for their cookies that the daughter sold, and the money due to council is not available at the time of the ACH sweep? You'll need to, and of course this is more towards the April 29th one, you're not necessarily going to submit delinquents balance forms on the 8th, but work with Therese on that. I've had that question a lot, but you'll want to submit the delinquent balance form with the necessary information to Therese prior to the ACH deadlines. and confirm with Therese the amount to be swept from the troop account. This should be the amount due to council minus any delinquent balances. So make sure that you're communicating. That's the key here. And so let's go ahead and pause here. See that we have some questions going on. So let me pull the questions out here. And we'll go over those because right now they're miniature and I can't see any of them. All right. So we've got here. All right. Looks like we're actually doing pretty good here. We just have one question about we won't be using depository accounts for council at all this year. No, we will not. So the key is you're going to have your funds come in and those will be deposited into the troop account, and then those sweeps will happen from council through the troop account. So if there's any questions or concerns about that, you can always reach out to Therese or to Ruth or myself. Are there any other questions that you want to submit at this time? Oh, I'll let you chime in here.
So for the new troop bank accounts, then there's a bank account form that's available online. It's also available on the flash drive bracelet that you received at the beginning of the year. And then what you'll do is you'll fill out that bank account form, get it to me, Therese. You can just fill it out, scan it and email it, take a picture and email it, and then I'll send a letter to you to take to the bank to be able to open that troop bank account.
Thanks, Therese. And the question with that was, who assists new troops with opening an account? And, you know, there are some questions here that I'm going to take offline because they're a little bit more specific to certain areas. So, Jennifer, I've got your question here. We'll make sure we talk with you about that individually and talk about logistics. And if any of you have any questions, her question involves just some logistics with the sweep dates. If you have any questions about those, please let us know, and we're happy to talk with you and figure out the best plan for that. So we have a question from Roseanne. What happens if we don't have 40% of money by the first sweep? Do you want to talk about it, Therese?
So what you'll do is whenever I send out the email on April 4th, it's going to say, this is how much I want to sweep from your troop bank account. If you don't have that amount available, you need to respond to the email to let me know what you do have available and what you do want swept. So that's going to be across the board, council-wide. You'll get an email stating exactly how much I'm expecting to sweep. If you have a different amount after you see that, it's mandatory, required that you make sure to email me to let me know what it is that's going to be in the troop bank account.
Yeah, thanks for that, Therese. And really, I can't reemphasize this enough, and I've said this a bunch, so I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but you know, this ACH process is meant to simplify and help you all. And Kelly Ronning was here for our service unit training, and she was talking about with me when I talked to her about this process and this little bit of a change. She said, you know, the first year people, you know, they get used to the process, and then the second year they're like, gosh, why didn't we do this sooner? Because it's so much simpler. And, you know, we had some volunteers share with us who have done it over the past year and kind of in our pilot program. They just love it. And so if you have concerns or questions along the way that's individual, we're happy to talk with you about them. But the key here is communication. So communication is the key. You know, we're here to help you. We're not here to make your lives difficult. This is supposed to be something that really helps you along the way. And so as you have questions, please communicate with Therese about the financial stuff, and we'll do that. Okay, so we have here question. What if checks have been deposited but funds haven't been made available by the bank to be swept out? So that's a good question. I think, you know, how that would come down to is you would work with Therese and communicate with her that you have this available amount in your account, and then we would just go ahead and have the other amount swept after that on the 29th. So really it comes down to just take a look at your account and make sure that everything's jiving well, that you're not going to overdraft your account, of course, and just letting us know what can be swept on that first sweep. And I know there's not a ton of time in between, taking delivery of the cookies and the first sweep. That's, it's a little bit new this year. And of course, like we said, just confirm the amounts with Therese. And we understand that, this year our calendaring was a little bit tough. And so we'll go ahead and we'll take it as we can with you, and we'll help you along the way.
I just wanted to state that, we did a little bit of homework about the amount that we wanted to, we chose to sweep at the different times. And so we really were following other councils' lead in who has been doing this for a long time. So we did take into consideration many different options. And so this was the one that we thought really fit best for our council.
So we have another question here. What if we don't have all funds for cookies available for the final sweep? So again, I know that some of this has been a question. Communication is key here. Of course, we hope that that's not the case, because we'd like you to be able to close up cookies nice and neat and be done when it's done. We all love that. But make sure you're communicating with Therese, and really that's on an individual basis. I think, you can talk with her about that, but I'm hopeful that you'll see great success with everything with your cookie booths and with all the things you have going on, that shouldn't be a problem. We have another question. If all our funds are available at first sweep, can we do it all at once?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That is the ideal situation, I would say. Yes, absolutely. And that's something that Therese will give you the amount for that 40% due. But if you have all of the amount due in eBudde, perfect. And so just make sure that by the 29th, if perchance you have had more booth cookies between that first sweep and the final sweep, that if you've gone to the cupboard, gotten more cookies, that you pay for those additional cookies at the end as well. So you can do it on the first sweep. Just make sure that you're settled up in the end if you got more cookies. So that's a great question. That would be the ideal for everyone, wouldn't it? So I'll take a moment here and see if any other questions come in here. Therese is going to make a comment. We'll see if anyone has questions on the way.
I just wanted to put in, whenever we do that first figure of how much is due, that 40% is going to be the amount due to council at April 4th. So as the cookie season goes on, you may get more cookies from the cookie cupboard for the booth sales, and so then that amount will go up as the cookie season goes on. I just kind of wanted to clarify on that one.
And that's not anything that'll be different. That April 29th date, that's the same as you've had in years past, where it's just that final amount due. So that's to be expected. Just make sure you're checking at the end. Everything should be settled up and in the system by the end of the sale is April 17th, and so troops are supposed to be getting things in by April 19th. And then we should have everything in the system as it should stand. So check again there probably that week after you get everything put in to make sure everything looks good. And if you have questions, of course, let us know. So I have a question here about why we are getting cookies later this year. Actually we aren't. We're actually getting them the same week in the lineup of the calendar as we have in years past. It's just it falls a little bit differently on the calendar this year. We have leap year. And so it pushes us a day back, and then we actually ended up falling within the same year same week we did last year, and went through that. So, okay, we have here a couple other questions. I'm going to real quick keep the questions coming, but I'm going to go ahead and go forward in our slideshow because I'm going to answer some of these questions with our important dates. So let's go ahead and go forward here. So I want to real quick interject here some cookie money best practices as promised. So girls only collect money at the time of delivery. They shouldn't be doing that when they're out taking orders. What happens is if I have a customer that doesn't get their cookies from a girl and they've already paid, they're not very happy, and they wonder if they've been scammed by a cute little girl. And just in December, I ended up having someone call and say, hey, I didn't get my cookies. all the way from last year, and we have to send them out, and we like to just take care of our customers best we can. So please make sure that you're re-emphasizing with parents that girls only collect money when they deliver the cookies. And, with the new ACH, you may want to talk with your parents about, if you have a meeting at the beginning of April, having them bring whatever money they've collected and turning it in so you can make those deposits often. So troops should collect the money often and make deposits often. And this is another, I sound like a broken record here, but anytime money or cookies exchange hands, you need to make sure you have a signed receipt. That receipt book is for, at the troop level, it's for those, when the parents come pick up cookies, you write a receipt. You sign it, you date it, you have them sign it. When they bring back the money, you have a receipt. You put the amount that they owe, and that's where that your add payments and adding the girl payments really helps you, because you can keep track of those and then have the exact amount just available. You can pull it up in eBudde real easy. You don't have to add up all these receipts. But make sure that you have those signed receipts with the dates, the troop number, girl's name on it, everything, and that the parent signs it. And then, of course, make sure you count carefully when exchanging cookies or money. You'll want to keep organized records, and on that, I want to just make a note, and I said this in the troop training, but I want to mention it here too because it's important for our delinquent balance forms. Make sure you hang on to those parent permission forms, that those are kept for about a year. It's important to keep a hold of them in case you need to submit them for delinquent balance forms, and once we come full around, we'll end up, you can recycle them, shred them, and make sure that they're away and you get new ones for the new year. But make sure you keep those organized records. You don't need to send them to us unless you need to turn in a delinquent balance form. And then that brings us to turn in delinquent balance forms prior to deadlines. So make sure that you, again, those receipts, really important. Without those, we really can't do much to remove that delinquent balance from the troop if you don't have signed receipts and signed permission forms. And it's just really important, and I know we can't speak to that enough, and I know Therese can speak to that all day long. So, all right, here, let's go ahead and go on. Important dates. So this is obviously the Money and Banking webinar. Today, you're here. Congratulations. Girls begin taking those pre-orders February 5th, and that ends February 28th. The orders for pre-orders need to be placed in eBudde, the troop level, by March 1st. Our cookie deliveries, we had this question here a little bit earlier, cookie deliveries March 22nd through March 30th, and that's the window. They might be a little bit earlier than that, but the service units have to get them from the delivery agents before they can get them to you. And then the cookie booths run from March 25th through April 17th, so that's a period of time there that hopefully will be good, and we'll have some good weather, and I hope. And then we have our first ACH sweep April 8th. Our digital cookie sales end April 10th, and I want to note there that it ends on Eastern time, 11:59 Eastern time, so it'll be April 10th at 9:59 p.m. here. And then April 19th is when the rewards are due in eBudde at the troop level, and April 29th is our final ACH sweep. And hopefully, I didn't put a specific date for a first money turn-in for parents on the parent letter that they get for the quick guide, but it did put that the money's due by April 18th, so hopefully that helps you with being able to collect that money, get it into the bank, and that gives you a good 11 days before you have to have it in there from the final ACH sweep. So I hope that helps. Let's go ahead and pause here for a moment. I see some questions in the box. I wanted to get to that slide though because I know we had some questions there. Okay, so we have here, why do they get delivered during some of our spring breaks? I know. Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I sat there and said, gosh, this date I'm going to have to decide. We have spring breaks at different times for both states, and so it's hard for us to pick one unified time. There were less spring breaks during this week than the other option that we had, which would have put us getting cookies in the beginning of April, which would have been really late, and we needed to keep within that time frame to get you the rewards before school gets out, so they'll be getting here mid-May. It's really tough and difficult, and we are here to work with service units. We've asked them if they have concerns. Obviously, I realize it's not over ideal weekends. If you're observing religious observances over that weekend, please be sure you let me know. and we'll work with the delivery agents to make sure that we attend to those best we can, and hopefully it just works out really well. And if someone is going to be there in your stead and you can train them and have them get that for you, that can work too. And hopefully, please know, I wasn't happy with the calendar this year. I wished it was better placement. So our next question we have, if parents do collect money when cookies are ordered, do we still take it anyways and deposit it, or should we have them hold on to it? So if they collect money on the front end, you should take it. Anytime you can collect the money, write them a receipt, and place it in the Troop account. I mean, that's not ideal if they're collecting money up front, but it's better that it's in the Troop account. It doesn't get lost. It doesn't get stolen. There's lots of things that end up happening to that money if it doesn't get deposited often, which is why we say troops collect often and deposit often. So yeah, if they did do that, just make sure, I would recommend that, and this is just best practice across the board, I found it to be useful, when the parents turn in their order card, make a copy of it. So in case when they're out delivering, the wind blows in a really windy place, we have a bunch of those here, and they lose the card, we have a copy of it somewhere, or it's digitized or scanned or something. So if it gets lost and they happen to collect money up front, we make sure the customers are taken care of. Okay, are we supposed to be able to see others' questions in the chat area, or is it all locked? It's all locked. So what will be happening is after this, I'll be typing up these questions and frequently asked questions, putting it in a PDF, and sending it out tomorrow with the recorded link. We are using the webinar format for this one, which means that the questions come through. It's a little bit easier for us to answer the questions, have them all in one place, a little bit bigger. And you'll have to, I'll send out a survey and see what you think of it, and maybe we can adjust things, see how it goes, but we can accommodate more people on the webinar format a little bit easier. Okay, so we have a question, and it's not silly. The question asker said it may be silly, but is there a specific receipt book that GSMW provides for us to use, or is there a generic one we can purchase? So there are receipt books that you receive from the bakery, and we do send those out to the service units with the supplies. If you need more, let us know. We can send you more. If you would like to use something different, you're more than welcome to. I would only really recommend that for money. Because it's nice. On the receipt books we have, the cookies are listed out by variety, and so it makes it really easy to notate what you've given a parent for product. But the money one, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a amount owed, amount paid, and amount still due. So you're welcome. If you find something that works well for you, you're welcome to do that. Just make sure whatever it is, you have a copy of the receipt as well, and it's at least a duplicate, if not a triplicate, I guess. You can save one for you and send to us. But yes, you do have those provided to you, but like I said, if you want to pursue something else, you're welcome to as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going here. If you ladies have anything you want to chime in with, you just let me know. All right, so just as a reminder, I know sometimes we have questions about this, but troop rewards. So troops receive 50 cents per box sold. If you reach a 225 plus PGA, or per girl average, and I'm just going to pause there for a moment if any of you are new, per girl average is calculated. It's the total amount of boxes sold divided by the number of girls who are actually selling cookies and participating in the cookie program. Now, in order for a girl to be considered participating and selling in the cookie program, they need to sell at least one box of cookies. So if you have girls that are completely inactive, not really doing anything, and they don't sell any boxes of cookies, they wouldn't count. So if you had, for instance, 12 girls in your troop and 2 of them weren't selling cookies, you would divide your total boxes sold by 10 girls. So hopefully that helps with figuring out the PGA, or the per girl average. So if you reach 225 plus, you get 55 cents a box. And then cadet, senior, and ambassador level troops, they have the option of opting out of rewards. That means that they will not get the mid-level rewards. They'll still get a participation patch, the pre-order rewards. They'll also receive the higher rewards, and of course their box bar patch saying how many boxes they've sold. So that's really neat there, and the higher rewards being 1,000 plus boxes sold. And so if you have any questions about that, let us know. We're happy to help you with that. But those girls that do opt out as an entire troops, not just individual girls, they will receive 60 cents per box back to the troop, and then with the 225 plus PGA, 65 cents. So hopefully that helps. Let's see here. Where did my questions go? Okay. All right, so eBudde login. I'm sure you're all looking for this. As you can see here, your temporary password is 1794 at rah-rah. And there will be a help clip for this showing you how to get on there. And we'll make sure that you actually get a chance to get logged in there. If you're having any issues, feel free to contact us here at the office, and we're happy to help you. But your email address that we have with your Personify or your membership record, that will be your login email address, and then the password will be that. You'll be prompted to reset it and save it with some security questions. And then, of course, look for the help clip if you need help, but we're here to help you with that one. And then I want to talk about these just for a second, and then we'll maybe go to some questions. And so we have these newsletters, product sales newsletters that we have at the troop level, and we had them for fall, and really I got a lot of really great feedback that you really like the format of. The idea is I try and give you about 2 weeks at a time. So you'll notice here with the dates, we've got different product newsletters and their topics that are going on, and it covers what you need to know at that point in time. It'll have the help clip links within that newsletter, and it's sent via email. You can click on the links live right there. You don't have to go searching through the GSMW website for them. You can always visit the GSMW YouTube channel, and the videos we posted there and searchable this year. I didn't hide them from the world. You can search for them on YouTube this year. And make sure that you're actually reading these. I had some people who said, you know, I just kind of skim over them, and then they miss things because they didn't read them. So make sure you're just keeping an eye on it. It'll have information that's important, and then as things come up through the program, if there's any questions that seem to be a repeated question, I'll be sure to adjust and approach them to answer them through those help clips. And hopefully that helps you. And if you're having a problem with your parents, I can get together a help clip that you can even use to refer them to. All right, so let's take a look at the question box again. It looks like we have some more coming through here. All right. Yeah, go ahead, Therese.
I just wanted to say, too, that the Facebook page that Ashley's created is amazing as well for the financial literacy programs.
Yeah, we have some great posts on Facebook that are going on there, and we actually posted the event there today, and maybe some of you signed up there. All right, so we have here, do we still need to keep/send copies of receipts from deposits for ACH? No. Let me make sure. I don't think I'm misspeaking on that. I'm going to refer to our finance team here. No.
They will be included in your end of year financial reports, but you do not have to send them to me individually. So that'll just be in your end of year financial report.
Yay. Yeah, and even besides the streamlining, we're trying to be a little more green. You would be amazed with the amount of paper we have coming in here from all of you, or we're printing off ourselves, and we could save an Amazonian rainforest just by going ACH streamlined. Okay, so we've got here, what is the theme this year? Well, if you look on top of the page right here, it's worth sharing. So I hope that you have lots of success that's worth sharing, and that there's lots of things that are worth sharing with your girls, whether it be goal setting or having fun experiences, teaching them the value of money. There's so many things that you all share with them. So I hope you have fun with that theme this year. We have a question. In the future, will there maybe be an option for cookie cash that they can accumulate year after year? Well, we actually have gift cards available, and that's something. The gift cards don't expire. They have the option of choosing those on the rewards lineup. If you take a look at your cookie rewards card, there's different levels that have 10 and then upwards there to 25. So I'm trying to remember in my head total amount they can get, but they can use that in the shop for shopping for things, and they can use them to take care of those things, and it's something that doesn't expire, which is kind of neat because usually that cookie dough or that cookie cash ends up expiring after a year. So it's kind of neat that we do the gift cards here. Okay, eBudde. Does each girl log in and enter their cookie sales information, or does the cookie organizer handle the date input solely? So this is kind of a two-part answer here, and for those of you who are more seasoned, you're probably chiming in your heads right now. So the parents do not go into eBudde and enter. It's the troop leader and the troop product manager that have access to eBudde generally. And so the parents will turn in the order cards, and then the troop product manager will enter by girl, and then usually you'll confer with the girls and the troop leader and see about, do we want to order any for booths? Do we want to take care of anything as far as ordering extras for some of our girls who may be setting big goals? And it's kind of, you have to take that all into account. Plus, with girl delivery this year on the digital cookie, within digital cookie, if you haven't watched the training regarding that, you can check out our 20-minute troop training video we have. But within digital cookie, we have the option of shipped cookies, donated cookies, or girl delivered cookies. The girl delivered cookies don't actually feed into eBudde automatically because the parent has to approve those girl cookies. And so once they have been approved, the financial side of it will feed to eBudde, but it won't automatically order the cookies for you. So the parent will have to be a little hands-on there. It'll probably be easier if you ask them to go on and total up what varieties of cookies they need for the girl delivery, and then just add those to their order card so you can add it in with their initial order. Good news this year, based on some of your feedback, we will be turning off the girl delivery option by the 28th of February. So after initial order, not going to have to worry about girl delivery. It'll be shipped and donated after that point. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. And so hopefully that answered that question. The troop product manager takes care of inputting that, and you can ask for help if you have any questions about that. And your service unit is a fantastic resource for you as well. And let's see here. We have, as a cookie chair, I'm still unable to get onto eBudde. If you're having problems getting to eBudde, you can feel free to contact us at cookies@gsmw.org. There's a couple of us manning that email, and so it's a little bit faster turnaround time. You certainly can reach out to me, but you may get a quicker answer if you hit our group email we can help with. And then let's see here. Can they use the cards to pay for camps?
Absolutely. They can pay for programs, any programs that the council offers. They can pay for camps, things in the store. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so is it okay to divide your booth cookies amongst your girls at order time, or do they have to be a booth order? There's different approaches to this. Sometimes troops will say, well, yeah, we want to sell this many cookies, and you can divide up front, and that's kind of up to you as a troop, but you kind of need to do that with the parents' consent so you don't have parents upset. It has to be a troop decision. It has to be the girls leading that decision, because ultimately the girls are the ones that are supposed to be selling these cookies and learning the financial literacy skills. And I mean, you still need the buy-in from parents, but when you do have the option of ordering just for booths, but you can order some extras for within your troop so you don't have to go to the cupboard, and you can hang on to them if you want to as a troop and just order appropriately for what, within reason of what you did last year, maybe a little bit of growth if you decide you have a goal that you want to reach for your troop to fund a certain activity or whatever the case may be. But it's important that when you are making those decisions, you all discuss it as a troop and make sure that it's something everybody is expecting, and not just ordering them without asking people and just throwing cookies on them. So hopefully that answers that. Okay, I'm going to keep moving forward. It looks like we're good here. So that's the end of the information I have for banking tonight. If you have questions, you can feel free to contact your service unit product manager or your CDM with concerns. If you are needing more materials, whether it be order cards or the troop envelope if your dog got a hold of it and ate it, you need another one. We have extra materials here. You can send an email to cookies@gsmw.org, and we'll get those sent out to you. We want to make sure you have the materials you need, and so be sure if you need that, you can go ahead and do that. And if you have questions about financial stuff, contact Therese. She's going to be so happy to hear from you guys.
I always am.
She always tells me she has fun conversations. So you can contact her via email, or you can give us a call here at the office. And then if you have questions that you're not getting answers to, you can always feel free to email cookies@gsmw.org, or you can call into our office, express your question, and then your call will be directed to the appropriate person to help you. So let's see here. At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you. Thank you so much for all of you and all that you do. Let's go ahead and I'm going to look at our chat box and see what questions we have going on here. All right. Okay, so we have a question here. We're a new troop and have no idea how many boxes to order for booths. Is there an average from previous years that we can go off of? So if you're a new troop, if you didn't do cookies previously, you wouldn't necessarily have last year's information, but if you are a troop that has been existing, you can actually look at how many cookies you sold last year, whether it was initial order, booth, digital cookie order, or if they were donated cookies. But if you're a new troop, it's great to talk with your service unit manager and speak with them about, hey, in this area, and if you are the new service unit manager, then it's good to talk with your community development person, and we can chat and talk about what's been done in the past. You can usually figure out based on where you're doing your booths, you can estimate how many boxes of cookies to purchase depending upon how long you're going to be there, when you're going to be there, what kind of store it is. So we can certainly help you with that, Sarah. And if anyone else has questions about that, we can help you along the way with that as well. Do we have any new cookies? So no, we don't. And I'm going to put in a shameless plug here. If you haven't had a chance to watch the troop training video, it's 20 minutes long. It's super fast. You can watch it in your PJs. And you can check out, we have all of the theme revealed. We also reveal our mascot, which we love our mascot this year. She's adorable. I'll tell you, she's a cow. And it's fantastic that we have that. We have so many reminders of it here in Montana, Wyoming. It's a great one. And so I'll go ahead and send that link when I send out this information tomorrow with the video recording and the frequently asked questions. And we'll make sure that we have that on there. But we have the same cookies as last year. We have the Toffee-tastics that we're piloting again this year. You should have requested those by now. But if you are a new troop or if you didn't get a chance to request, feel free to send an email to cookies@gsmw.org or productsales@gsmw.org. And I'll do my best to get some Toffee-tastics for you. But we unfortunately had to place that firm order by October 1st. And so we have the cookies already made and ready and waiting for us. And so we can certainly see what we can do for you. And if you've already ordered the Toffee-tastic cookies, you can go ahead and if you're questioning, wondering what you ordered, want to verify, I have the records of that. You can just shoot us an email and we can send back what we have. Let's see, another question. Let's see. Any chance the upcoming years we'll be able to have cookies on hand prior to sales beginning? Back in North Carolina, that's how we did cookie sales. That's a great question. There's a lot of different approaches to cookies. We are always looking at different things to do. Currently, the model we've pursued in the past, and we've had it for many years, is that we have them pre-ordered and then they come in, and certainly we will always look into the best practices, but some councils do pursue that direct sale. We, however, are not doing that currently. Adrian, if you would like to share some of your experiences with that, I'd love for you to contact me and chat with me about that. I'm always interested to hear how that goes for people. I love hearing from a volunteer's perspective. I hear from our product sales people, but it's nice to hear from a volunteer. And looks like we have, our questions are slowing down. So at this point, if you feel like you've got your questions answered about financial, we got our finance gurus here. So if you have any questions for them, we're going to go ahead and probably close it out, and we'll do the open questions now at this point. So if you are going to be leaving us and getting off the call, thank you so much for your time tonight. I'm glad it went a little bit shorter than it should have. Give you back a little bit tonight if you're not going to stay on the open questions. But thank you for all you're doing. Really couldn't do it without such fantastic volunteers. Like I said, this will be recorded, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have come up after the fact. I know myself, I often have to process things before I ask questions. So just keep us posted how we can help you, and really excited to send you help clips and help you along as you go throughout the program. And I wish you the best of luck and a fantastic 2016 cookie program. So at this time, we will move into our open questions. So